Hi, I'm Lawrence Polsky. I'm the co-author of this book, Perfect Phrases for Communicating Change, and I'm here to tell you about strategies you can use to keep people motivated during change. These tips are based on working with thousands of leaders around the world on 4 continents, coaching leaders, teaching leaders, workshops, being in organizations, managing people, etc. Now, there's bad news and there's good news about keeping people motivated during change. The bad news is that people during change at work will not be as motivated and productive as they are when there's no change going on. It's just that simple. Morale goes down, productivity goes down, and it's based on the uncertainty and the chaos and the emotions. So you can't expect that people are going to be at their super peak performance if there's lots of change going on. But the good news is that there are things that you can do to raise this morale and productivity as much as possible during change. And those are the 8 things that I'm going to go over with you right now. The first method or strategy to use to keep people motivated during change is to over-communicate. And when I say over-communicate, I'm talking about communicating 10 times more than you think you should or need to. Why is that? Well, the fact is that during change, people are emotional, they are upset, they are distracted and trying to learn new things. So when people are in that state, they're not going to hear things that you tell them once. Simply sending an email explaining something or announcing something will not work. You need to email, you need to have one-on-one conversations, you need to have meetings, you need to over-communicate so the messages get through during change. Number 2, closely related, is you need to communicate why the changes are happening. What is the business reason for the reorganization? Why does it matter to our customers? Why should it matter to our team? Why should it matter to you? These are questions that people have in their mind all the time, and by answering them, you're giving them the context to understand the big picture of what's going on to keep people motivated. Number 3 is, in addition to telling people what is changing and why it's changing, you want to explain to people what is not changing. Humans have a desire and need for stability. They want to feel certainty. They want to know what's going to happen. And during change, it throws people off because they feel like, oh, nothing's certain anymore. What's going on? So it's really helpful as a leader if you could take the time to explain what is not changing. What parts of the job are going to be the same? What procedures are going to be the same? What people are going to be the same? Emphasizing that and re-emphasizing that in people's minds will help them see the stability and help them hold on to that stability during some of the chaos that they're experiencing. Number 4. Make extra time for relationship building. Now, this seems maybe counterintuitive, that you're busy implementing change and there's more meetings, there's more work, there's more things to do. So why am I saying make extra time for relationship building? Well, actually, recent research shows that during high periods of stress, that people are more productive at work when they take more time to talk to people and bond about what's going on, get help from each other. In today's technology age where people are huddled down in their desks writing emails and on their phones texting people at work and their friends, people tend to get disconnected. And it's the connection of bringing together of people that makes people feel the stability and safety during change. So make sure you make extra time to walk around and talk to people. How's it going? What's happening? How's the family? Those little things will make a big deal and make a big impact and encourage other people in your department to talk to each other as well. Number 5 is related to that. Make extra time for team time. So in addition to one-on-one time, you're going to need to consciously plan times for the team to come together, to talk about issues, to talk about what's working, to talk about the stress, to talk about why, to talk about what's not changing, all of these things. You need more meetings, more time with the team to connect and unite so people don't feel alone during the changes. Number 6 is also very important, is you need to give trust. And what that means is you need to encourage people. You need to tell people, that's a good idea, let's try it. You need to let people make mistakes and fail and say, oh, it's all right, we're learning. So you need to create an environment where people feel safe to make mistakes, to experiment, to learn, rather than being stressed out and micromanaging people to get stuff done. Number 7 is you need to include and involve people as much as possible in the changes. Now, when you're implementing a change, let's say even you're a middle manager, director, VP even, some of these changes are decided above you, so even you don't have input into the changes being made. But what you may have input on is how the change is implemented. So in your teams, in your organizations, you need to give people as much opportunity as possible to come up with, decide, and agree on how we're going to make this change work. A simple way to turn complaining and negativity into productivity is to listen to the complaints and concerns and then pivot the conversation to, okay, what do we have to do to make it work? What do you need from me to make it work? What do we need from each other to make it work? What do you need from human resources to make it work? Etc. So shift the conversation to what do we have to do to make it work, which involves people in creating a positive solution to the problems of change. And lastly, and maybe even most importantly, is to relieve stress and have fun. Because of all of the stress of change, stress in itself is not only a demotivator, it makes people sick, makes them less productive. So you need to find ways, as silly or as serious as your team is, to have fun. Could be simple as having more lunches together. It could be creating silly awards for the biggest mistake of the month. Whatever it is, make sure you include in your strategy for leading change fun activities to have positive experiences during the chaos of change. So I hope these 8 strategies will be helpful for you. Even if you just implement one of them, I guarantee it'll be helpful, because change is difficult, change is hard, change is emotional. So as a leader, it's critical that you take charge and use intelligent strategies to create more positivity and create more productivity during change. Thank you so much. Have a great day.